Hello students, welcome you all for the course of MBA Semester 3 Advertising Management. Today is our lecture number 14 and we are going to start a discussion on other important models of advertising. So the objective of our today's session is help to understand there are several important models of advertisements. So we are going to discuss about that various other important models of advertising. The contents of our today's session are the first model that we are discussing today, that is called as innovation adaptation model. The second means the fifth information processing model, and sixth elaboration likelihood model, and the last one is called as operational model of advertising. So all these models, and previously that we will discuss about AIDA model and hierarchy of effects model. All these models are very important to formulate any sort of advertisement program, particularly to define the overall marketing communication processes. So these models plays a very important role, particularly in advertisement management. So we will start a discussion with respect to that innovation adaptation model. It is the fourth model that we are going to discuss. Okay. So in case of innovation adaptation model, okay, again there will be the certain sequence of stages that are being followed, okay, by the group of customer, but it does not mean that all the stages are followed sequentially by that group of customers. So the first stage is called as awareness, the second one is called as interest, the third one is evaluation, the fourth one is trial, that will be called as product trials, and the last one is called as adaptation. The first stage, awareness, that belongs to the cognitive stage, means here we are going to concentrate on the consumer mindsets and other thought processes of the customer. In second stage, okay, that affective stage, interest and evaluation, that belongs to that affective stage. So here we try to communicate our ideas with respect to product and services so that we can create some likings, or change the attitude in such a way wherever we are concentrating on to change some emotions. The last two stages, trial and adaptation, that belongs to the behavioral stage or connotative stage, wherever we induce the customer so as to lead some sort of actions among them. In case of innovation adaptation model, whenever the product has been passes through its product life cycle, particularly whenever the product is new, okay, that time we are using that innovation adaptation model. So in many of the cases we came to know that product adaptation is quite slower among the customers, because either they do not know about that particular product, the product benefits and usage of that particular product. So by means of using that innovation adaptation model, okay, we can chalk out our advertisement program in such a way we can create awareness, generate some interest among them, okay, depending on that they will evaluate that particular product, okay, by means of using product trials, and finally they will choose that particular product or adopt that particular product. So potential adopters may be moved through the series of steps, okay, before deciding to adopt the new product, and that will depend on certain kind of hierarchy of effects, okay, that should be generally followed by the group of customers. So what are the different stages are supposed to be there in innovation adaptation model? The first one is called as awareness, okay, that we seen recently, okay. So here we need to create some sort of awareness by means of using that particular model among the customers. So whatever form of brand features and other attributes are supposed to be there, so we need to communicate our ideas with respect to that particular product or services through advertisements, and uh, uh, try to communicate to the targeted group of customers. The second stage is called as interest. Okay, here again we need to plan our strategy in such a way by means of providing some relevant information with respect to brand or that particular product. Okay, and and that will triggers some sort of interest among the potential buyers and what exactly they are being looking for, so that they will at least to look over that particular product, and that will generate some sort of desires among them. So to gain the more knowledge and information about that particular product, okay, that interest could work very well here. The marketeer tries to use some different forms of strategy to generate some sort of interest among them. So the marketeers, okay, or advertisers, okay, they will chalk out that particular strategy to convince the potential group of customer. So depending on that first two processes, the next stage is called as what, evaluation. So whatever sort of information that could be made available to the user or that particular group of customer, okay, that information regarding that particular product or services can be uh, evaluated by means of using the several media. So in this stage the customer, they try to evaluate and try to gain some deeper understanding with respect to that particular product or other services. So how does it will stimulate some sort of interest, or how does it will induce some sort of change in the attitude, okay, that should comes under the evaluation stage. So whenever they are satisfying enough whatever form of information that has been communicated to advertisement after the evaluation, they will decide to go for to buy that particular product by means of using some product trials. So here the customers can be get convinced with the help of that product trials, okay, or by means of using, suppose say, test drives, and some free test samples are being there. So here the customers try that particular product, okay, before making the final choices and identifying whether the product will perform the same which has been communicated in advertisements. And last stage is called as adaptation. So here finally the customers that accept that particular product after making the efficient evaluation and satisfying with the product trials, okay, so they will make the final decision and finally accept that particular product in their day-to-day use. So in overall, whenever we are talking about that innovation adaptation model, so primarily whenever the product is new, okay, that time we are trying to make our communication appropriately with the targeted group of customers. The next model is called as information processing model. In this model also there will be some sequence of stages that are being generally followed in case of that information processing model. Again in this model there will be some sequence of hierarchy of stages. Okay, so first three stages will belong to that cognitive stage, yielding and retention that will belongs to the affective stage, and last one, okay, that belongs to behavioral or cognitive stage. So there will be that different sequence of stages that are being generally followed by the group of customer. The first stage is called as presentation, the second one is attention, and third one is comprehension. These three belongs to that cognitive stage, wherever again we are concentrating on the mindsets and thought process of the customer and providing the relevant information with respect to that particular user, so that they can generate the knowledge base with respect to that particular product. And the next one is called as yielding and retention, wherever these two belongs to the affective stage, and again we are concentrating here by means of to generate some customer likings and emotions with respect to that particular product. And finally, how does it will lead to action so that the customer whatever information that they would have with respect to that particular product, so they will buy that particular product or services. So these type of models that will exactly works like the computer. Okay, so as the computer functions, similarly the human thought process will work. Okay, that will be communicated by means of using that information processing model. So in case of that information processing model, okay, we all know that how does that computer takes the information, that they will organize the data and stores that relevant information, okay, for further references. Similarly, in case of that information processing model, okay, wherever the customer they try to, okay, receives the information from varieties of sources and organize that relevant information and store that relevant information in the consumer mindsets, and finally they try to retain that information whenever required so that they can finally leads to certain kind of actions. So it is claimed that, okay, it is just like a computer process as an input device, okay, a processing device or storage unit and the output device. Human mind also has a very parallel form of framework as it is similar to the computer based information system. So when we are talking about any human mindset, okay, how does it will convert data into relevant information, that will be primarily works according to that any form of computer based information system. So similarly, okay, human mindsets also receive some sort of input and convert it into output depending on what form of information that should be available. So we came to know that there are total 6 stages in case of that information processing model. So we will discuss that 6 stages. The first stage of that information processing model is called as presentation. So again, in case of presentation, we are concentrating on to creating some sort of awareness among the customers. So here, whatever form of customers or consumers are supposed to be there, that consumers become aware about their needs and seeks to that particular product that will satisfy its needs. So whatever forms of needs, requirements and desire of that particular product, so by means of considering these, here we need to formulate our advertisement program in such a way we can create our presentation of that particular idea so as to create the awareness among the larger number of audience. The next stage is called as attention. Okay, here in this stage we need to seize the product attention of the potential customers. So here we need to concentrating on the product benefits and other features which are available in that particular product or services, and concentrating on that how does the customers could be get attracted towards that particular product by means of using some persuasive form of communication. The next stage is called as comprehension. Here we are detailing the information whatever has been specified in the product and other relevant features and other attributes which are available in that particular product. So in case of comprehension, the customer compare and evaluates, okay, what are the various other brands which are available into the market, and they try to compare that particular brand with other similar substitutes. So what is the exact requirements of that particular group of customers, they try to compare it, evaluate it, okay, and whatever information or knowledge base that they would gather, depending on that they should evaluate that particular product or services. The next one is called as yielding. Okay, so in this stage, okay, here the customers figure out what exactly they are being looking for in that particular product or brand. So it's a product that balances their needs to its specification. So whatever has been specified in the advertisement, does they fulfill their needs, wants and desire from that particular product. So okay, so they will, whether they will receive the same form of output, okay, once they will buy that particular product, okay, after watching that particular advertisement. So they just try to evaluate the things in such a way whatever exactly their wants, their needs are desire and other requirements. So they will try to evaluate in on some different aspects, okay, which are being compared with other similar substitute which are available into the market. The next one is called as retention, okay, and in this stage the customer remembers the key features and other attributes which are available in the product. So here we need to concentrate our marketing strategy so that in such a way how does that we can retain our existing group of customer. Suppose we are concentrating on some new prospects, so how does we can inculcate some idea to switch over their brands, existing brands specifically. So here customers remember what are the key features which are available in that particular product and other relevant benefits and other attributes of that particular product, and how does that relevant benefits and attributes and whatever features which are available in the product, okay, does how does it will generate some positive emotions on them specifically. Okay, so all the positive aspects of the product, okay, he is seeking to purchase, so he is looking and try to identify whatever good features which are available in that particular product. So similarly the marketeer and advertiser, they should try to match the particular strategy, okay, say for example their message strategy or advertising strategy in such a way, okay, by means of which they can convince their ideas very effectively and they can retain that particular group of customers very well. And the final would be called as what, behavior, okay, or we will call them as an action. So once these stages are being sequentially followed by the group of customer, the last stage would be called as purchase, or an action that should be taken by the group of customers. So they finally go to the retail outlets and try to obtain that particular product from that retail outlet by means of paying some money. So that should be a behavioral actions, okay, that could be generally seen, okay, in most of the information processing model. So here in case of information processing model, whatever form of information that could be made available from the several media, they try to decode that information and sensitize that information like computer based information system, and finally they will take the decision. Now this is called as a elaboration likelihood model. Okay, that elaboration likelihood model was defined by Richard E. Petty and John T. Capipo, okay, in 1980. This model specifically works on the persuasion level of the messages. Okay, we are talking about message. Message is nothing but the set of symbols and certain form of word, okay, or sentence which are being useful to communicate to the targeted group of customers. So whatever form of persuasion level, okay, with respect to that message, okay, how does it can affect the desired effect of that particular message that we are talking about. So here we are concentrating on the message content, okay, and how effectively that particular group of customer can be get motivated or delighted with the help of persuasive level of message contents, okay, in it. So there will be persuasive messages, okay, that will be most likely to change the attitude of the message recipients. Persuasive messages works very well to change the attitude of the customer simultaneously by means of changing the perception of the users. So once it has been communicated very well by means of using the several medias effectively and concentrating the overall advertisements and marketing efforts, okay, to convince that particular message effectively to the particular group of customers, our persuasive message could be get transmitted through the several channels, okay, to that particular recipients or customers. So what exactly we are looking for once we are making the persuasive form of communication with targeted audience. So we are looking for a attitudinal change among them, okay, so that they can at least look over to that particular product or that particular brand, okay. So attitudinal change occurs even when the intention of the message sending is not to change the attitude of the recipients. sometimes we should find that okay, communication could not be effective, means most of the advertising goes okay either on television, and it should be made available through other print medias like newspapers and magazines, okay, but we could not remember all the advertisements. So whatever form of advertisement that are being appear okay on these several media, okay, so we are looking for to bring some sort of attitudinal change among the customer. Even when the advertisements suppose they are not effective by means of not effective in changing the mindset or attitude of the customer, but it does not mean that it is a persuasive form of communication. It would be definitely some sort of communication, okay, maybe it is persuasive form of communication or may not be persuasive form of communication. So what is the exact intention of the advertiser, okay, that initially that we could not know, but as a marketing professional here we would like to understand that what is the appropriate hidden objectives and intention of the advertiser, and for what particular advertisement has been defined in that particular manner. So we came to know about that elaboration likelihood model, and that elaboration likelihood model focuses on the way consumer responds to the persuasive message based on the amount and nature of elaboration and processing of information. So we recently seen that processing of information or processing model of that advertisement, and how does the information has been processed, and finally the customer will decide about that particular product. So lastly it is exactly the customer that they will decide okay what product that they need to buy, okay, but in case of that elaboration likelihood model, okay, here we need to concentrate on the very persuasive message strategy, and that will be effective, so that we can retain that particular group of customer for a longer period of time. So whenever we are talking about elaboration or processing of information, okay, here we are concentrating on the message content, okay, and how does that message content could be get remembered among the group of customer for longer period of time. So we came to know about there are two routes to the attitudinal changes, okay, that routes are nothing but the way to communicate to that particular group of customers, okay, because human mind is quite conflicting, and we are not in a position to predict the behavior of the any particular user. So we came to know about that there are central route to persuasion and as well as peripheral route to persuasion. So there will be certain sort of things which are being related with that particular customer, okay, wherever we are in a position, okay, to define the ability and motivation to process the message, okay, is high, okay, and close attention is paid to the message content. So by means of using some persuasive route of persuasion, okay, here we need to identify that particular form of message content, okay, and how does it will be processed by that particular group of customers, okay, that will paid some high attention among them. Now, in case of peripheral route of communication, we are talking about ability and motivation to process a message is low, and the receiver focuses more on the peripheral cues rather than the message content. Now, as compared to the central route of persuasion, here mainly the message content is more important, okay, whereas in case of peripheral route of persuasive communication, okay, here we are concentrating some peripheral cues, okay. So what is mainly the source from which the information could be made available to that particular group of customer, that can be an important point to them, wherever the customer will believe that particular information. Sometimes word of mouth communication from the company spokesperson or any celebrity endorsement, whatever the customers that they will believe, so some sort of peripheral route of persuasion that will also work. Whenever we are talking about that elaboration likelihood model, so we are already came to know about that two routes of persuasion, okay, and that is called as central route of persuasion and uh, peripheral route of persuasion. Now, how does exactly our elaboration likelihood model will work? Okay, customers, those who are being watching that particular advertisements, okay, so they will be there will be some sort of motivation among the group of customers to process that information. If the customers are keenly watching that particular advertisements, or they could be get attracted to that particular advertisements, so they will try to process that relevant information depending on the ability of processing the information. So it depends on their knowledge base, it depends on their thought processes, how does the information has been processed. Okay, so depending on whatever form of information which are available to them through the several media, it should be generally processed through the central route of persuasion, wherever they will process that relevant information by considering whatever form of information that is available to them. Okay, whenever the motivation is not enough and they are looking some other sort of information to satisfy their needs and desire, they are going to approach some peripheral cues which are being presented, okay, into that particular advertisement. Say for example, particular celebrity endorsement, company spokesperson, okay, what exactly they are being believing, okay, that should be depend on the that particular group of customer, and that belongs to peripheral route of communication. So when we are talking about central route of persuasion and peripheral route of persuasion, okay, what exactly happens with it, okay, let us discuss over here. So in case of central route of persuasion, we came to know that how does that advertising will work, okay, depending on whatever form of motivation and ability to process the information that is available among the that particular group of customers. So it tells that the person will get to think about a message received for a longer duration of time, then the person has a greater chance of being persuaded. So it depends on, okay, what will be the message content, okay, which are being exactly available with that particular message in the advertisement, okay, and depending on that message content, okay, the particular group of customers, those are being persuaded towards that particular advertisement. So in general, okay, the process of thinking, okay, for a longer duration is called as elaboration. Here we need to involve that particular group of customers in the process of elaboration, that is nothing but the process of thinking for a longer duration with respect to that particular product. Means the customer will involved in the process of buying by means of identifying the relevant information from the several media and converting that irrelevant information, okay, into their buying decisions. So there will be certain central route of persuasive form of communication that will works very well over here. For this, people need to be motivated, okay, by means of using that persuasive form of communication. If the persuasion level of the message is strong, okay, then and then only, okay, they will be get persuaded to that particular message content, okay, and even that we can change the some sort of attitude and behavior among them. So here our persuasive route of communication or persuasive route of persuasion, or central route of persuasion, that will work very well in communicating our ideas, product and services to the particular group of customers. Customers, those who are in a position to convert that relevant information into their by means of identifying their needs, desires, wants and other requirements. The next one is called as peripheral route of persuasion. Okay, wherever in case of peripheral route of persuasion, if a message given by a person does not elaborate on the meaning of the message can be still persuasive even if the content is not persuasive enough. If suppose there is no persuasive form of communication, here the customer could not overlook that particular advertisement, okay, advertisement which are boring, okay, advertisement which are not using some catchy headlines, okay, or taglines in their advertisement, okay, here the customer could not look over that particular advertisement. So it can be due to their direct relationship with the person or with that particular object under study. Say for example, suppose they are already pursuing that particular product, or say for example whatever the content, familiarity with the topic, and positive attitude towards that particular product. Okay, so that will evoke already a positive emotions, means they would have sufficient information about that product or services, so there will not be further positive form of communication supposed to be there. Okay, so they still pursue that particular message accordingly, and that depends on whatever form of knowledge base that they were generated. This kind of persuasion or attitude change might last for a longer period of time. Sometimes customers, those who are not keenly observing the advertisement, okay, they could not remember that advertisement for a longer period of time, and here whatever form of persuasion that we are looking for among them, okay, we could not bring out some sort of changes among them in that longer period of time. This also happens if the recipient is unable to process the message, or if the content is weak. Now that depends on the completely the what form of communication that we are making with the targeted group of customers. If the customers are already well aware with respect to the product information and other services, okay, they are already familiar with it. Okay, if the customers are not in a position to receive that particular messages and process that messages appropriately, okay, so they could not overlook even, and could not concentrate on the communication process whatever the marketeers are being looking for. Sometimes there will be a possibility the contents which are available in the advertisements that are weak enough to convince the idea very effectively. So they are looking for some other peripheral routes of communication to satisfy their needs, wants, and desire. Okay, here say for example any particular form of energy drink or soft drink which are being communicated by the footballer or any celebrities in the advertisement, that can be pursued by that particular group of customers because they are believing in that particular product and as well as the celebrities. Okay, so here sometimes the company spokesperson or whatever other relevant information which are available could be made available to the peripheral routes of persuasion, so there will be a possibility that that message content can be get believable. So it finally depends on the particular user, okay, what form of message content has been important to them and what is not important to them. Okay, depending on that they will finally decide and process that relevant information through central route of processing, or peripheral route processing. So this is a complete elaboration likelihood model wherever we are talking about the message content, okay, that can be made with the persuasive form of communication through central route and peripheral route. So we came to know in case of central route, okay, the audience factor would be what high motivation and ability to think about a message, okay, and in what will be the processing approach, information processing approach. Here deep processing of information that can be focused on the quality of the message argument. So whatever has been communicated in that particular advertisement message, okay, that should be concentrated through central route of processing. And finally the persuasion outcome would be become, okay, and lasting the chance that resist the fading and counter attacks would be there. Now whatever information could be made available in that message content, depending on that the customer will react to that particular message content. Okay, either they will believe that information, or there will be a sudden attack, okay, with respect to whatever information that can be communicated with respect to that particular advertisements. So in case of peripheral route of persuasion, we came to know that there will be a low motivation and ability to think about the message. Here the message is not very much important to that particular group of customers, okay, they will be because they are believing in some other form of sources. Okay, so that will be that different sort of sources that are acting in combination, say for example celebrity endorsement or some company spokespersons would be there. Okay, they are being communicating through advertisement that can be that could be get believable among the certain group of customers. So there will be sometimes superficial processing focused on surface features and other communicator attractiveness. Okay, so some other sort of attributes which are being responsible, okay, with respect to that particular advertisement and what exactly to bring some sort of inducement among the customers. So there will be a low motivation and ability to think about a message by that particular group of customers. Here, how does exactly the customers will believe, okay, with respect to that particular message content, that primarily depends on the customer itself. Okay, but both the route of persuasion will work very well. Okay, now in case of elaboration likelihood model, okay, we are already talk about that elaboration likelihood model. This is another in information could be made available so as to bring some sort of change in the mindset of the customer. So we already trying to make some communication by means of using some product advertisements or service advertisement. Here we are concentrating in the first stage, okay, attention and comprehension would be there, okay, that should belongs to the very cognitive stage of communication processes. So there will see, okay, in central route of processing we came to know high involvement processing will be there. Here the customers that they involved in the process of communication by means of using cognitive responses, okay, and here they try to evaluate that relevant information depending on the whatever form of information that will be available to them. So it will change some sort of attitude, okay, or some sort of belief can be changed, okay, among them, and that will lead to some final action so that they will buy that particular product. Similarly, in case of peripheral route of communication, there will be low involvement processing, and so that the customer could not keenly looking for that particular advertisement. Okay, they will be concentrating on the some sort of belief change, because they are generally believing in some sort of personality, company spokespersons, and other relevant attributes about that particular products or features. So there will be again some sort of behavioral changes can be occurred once the company spokesperson communicate, or they were there suppose say favorite celebrities that are available in the advertisements, and they are communicating with respect to that particular product feature, that can be good, that could be get believable, and that will bring some sort of attitudinal change. So both the routes of communication, okay, central route of persuasion as well as peripheral route of persuasion work very well to change the overall consumer attitude by means of using their effective advertising strategies. The last model is called as operational model, okay, wherever we are talking about there are total three stages in this operational model, okay. In this stage, the first one is called as non-evaluative thinking, okay. Here there are certain group of customers, those are not keenly interested in watching the advertisement. Consumers are being exposed to the different brands and other multiple products, okay, whatever they offers, okay, by the marketeers. Okay, so here we need to generate some sort of awareness among the group of customers, okay, and concentrating on that potential group of customers. So in case of non-evaluating thinking, okay, the customers will be only looking for does the customers are being aware with respect to that particular product and whatever the other product benefits and features which are available in that particular product and services. In case of evaluative thinking, okay, the evaluation phase wherein the potential group of customers that they will evaluate the different products, okay, and they will try to compare that particular product with other similar substitutes which are available into the market, okay, or they will compare the various brands and define what is their best choice, okay, among the various alternatives. So this is called as an evaluative thinking, okay. Both these evaluative and non-evaluative thinking will works very well, okay, depending on the user as well as the type of customer or class of customer those who are being watching that particular advertisement, and how does it will be lead to some sort of action. So finally, depending on whatever form of information, either non-evaluative thinking related information or evaluative thinking related information could be get available to them. So finally, it will lead to some sort of action. Okay. So there are certain group of persons, okay, those who are being either using non-evaluative thinking or evaluative thinking. So in case of non-evaluative thinking, customers not keenly observe that particular advertisement. They just want to satisfy their day-to-day needs, okay, and they will not overlook that particular advertisement in a very well-defined manner. In case of evaluative thinking, here the customers can look over that particular advertisement, okay, they even evaluate some other products with some different alternatives, and finally they will make the purchase decisions. So it is the overall summary of the consumer response hierarchy models, okay, that we will discuss right now, okay, and during the last few sessions. So we were already discussed about that AIDA model, hierarchy of effects model, innovation adaptation model, information processing model, and operational model. So all these models are generally called as what, the hierarchy of effects model, wherever there are three different stages in the hierarchy: cognitive stage, affective stage, and behavioral stage, that are being generally followed by means of this advertisement model, so that we would like to bring some sort of changes among the group of customers. So that's all for today's session. Thank you very much.